Alright, y'all, excuse me for being absent for this past week. The flu is hitting me hard. I thought I was getting better yesterday, but it's not working. But it just came back and hit me in the face again today. But I want to talk about Dragon Quest 11, a game that I've been waiting years for. Now, a lot of people that watch this channel regularly, or at least have in the past, because I haven't been uploading a lot because of stuff. A lot of y'all know that I'm a huge Final Fantasy fan. I'm a huge Dragon Quest fan. Really a Square Enix fan at that, pretty much. And I've been waiting forever to get a proper Dragon Quest game. And not to say that Dragon Quest is bad on the 3DS, or the regular DS, but I was kind of disappointed that Dragon Quest 8 was the last main Dragon Quest title that we got, where it was kind of a main Dragon Quest game that actually kind of moved the series forward. Not to say that the other ones held them back, but the last one we got on a home console type thing, Dragon Quest 8, we all remember this one. Came with a demo of Final Fantasy 12. I mean, it was freaking awesome. Now, for people who are just hearing about Dragon Quest just now and are wondering oh, maybe should I get into it? Is it a good game? Do I have to play the others? No, you don't have to play the others. It's almost exactly like Final Fantasy, to where you don't really have to play any other game, really, other than some lore aspects. Not even at that. It's really loosely based, and not even in the same universe sometimes. And Dragon Quest 11 is its own thing, so you can kind of jump into this one with a fresh mind. Now, I'm not going to get into a lot of the story aspects of the game, because I think that a lot of the story in Dragon Quest 11, there's a lot to explore, and me telling you guys anything about the story would kind of spoil it. So I'm just going to talk about the gameplay, what the game's like, how does it play, is what's new. Now, real quick, right off the bat, a little sidetrack. You guys might notice that these characters look a lot like Dragon Ball Z characters. Well, that's because the the Dragon Quest games, most of the character designs are from the creator of Dragon Ball. That's right, Akira Toriyama. I'm butchering his name. Yeah, Akira Toriyama. He designs a lot of the characters for the pretty much all of them. He designs he's a character designer for the Dragon Quest games. So when you play Dragon Quest, expect to feel like you're in a Dragon Ball Z anime or something. It's so great. So at the beginning of the game, you're kind of thrown into this world, the kingdom's in peril kind of. It almost feels like a Legend of Zelda type game the way it starts off. And I gotta say that right off the bat, the graphics for this game, they're freaking amazing. There's no way that anybody could argue that the original game or Dragon Quest 8 looks better, because this one, it looks so much better than any other Dragon Quest game out there. It's probably the best looking JRPG since Persona 5. It just looks so awesome on the PlayStation 4. You get to see a lot of the facial animations. You can see the character's hair, the grass, the way it moves, the way the wind blows the trees. There's a lot of stuff in this game that I looked at, and it just blew my mind because of the art style that it has and the graphics that complement it. It's just so bizarre. It's such a beautiful looking game that I can't help but emphasize how great this game looks. But at the end of the day, it's always going to be about the gameplay and how well all this stuff kind of meshes together. And let me tell you that the gameplay, oh my goodness, it's Dragon Quest gameplay, turn-based combat. This is also another thing I'm glad that's kind of coming back for JRPGs. I like seeing the turn-based combat system. It's something that's really cool. And they do have this slight little mix-up where you can kind of walk around, in the battle, but you also have the option to switch it to its original form, like all the other Dragon Quest games, the way it should be played, or the way I play it, because I guess I'm a purist. Yeah, you can turn off this thing to where you can walk around in the battlefield, and you could, it's original turn-based combat. It's really cool to see that I have that kind of option to where if I don't like the way the system looks or the camera angles look, I could just switch it to this, automated system to where it, shows me how a regular turn-based combat system is. It's really cool. I like having those kind of options in JRPGs. It's a small adjustment or a small option, but it's something that could really change the experience for the player. Next thing I just want to talk about is the music. Now the music, people who have never played Dragon Quest, you guys, the music is going to be a little odd to y'all. It's not going to be odd, but you're not going to have that cinematic type feel for a JRPG like Final Fantasy or The Witcher. You're not going to have that huge score. If you know what I mean. It's not going to be a cinematic movie score type thing. One thing I've always appreciated about the Dragon Quest games is the music and how different it is from other games, and how other games, they evolve the music, Dragon Quest games have always kind of kept the music the same, to where the music is more like a triumphant, music type setting, a symphony that just feels like you're listening to a nice orchestral piece from the 1600s or the Middle Ages, maybe even like just it's a play. That's what it sounds like. It sounds like you're watching a play, or that's the type of music that's in a Dragon Quest game. It's almost like a symphony, and these symphonies are so well put together that like people who are really into orchestra, or like the orchestra pieces, or really the instruments, or Beethoven, the symphonies, all that stuff that people wrote a long time ago, you guys are gonna have a lot of fun with this music, because the music, it keeps it real classic. It's a real classical set piece of music, and it's real art that it just really helps emphasize the type of game, the type of world that you're in, and it really tells you that, yo, you're going on an adventure, get your sword, let's go. Like it's one of those games. It just, the music is something that I think that a lot of y'all would have to experience in game to kind of get the idea of what I'm telling you guys about, because it's really hard to explain the type of music that's in a Dragon Quest game. Just know, if you're an old Dragon Quest fan, the music does the game justice. Along with the music, the sound design comes in. We have some old Dragon Quest sounds. I like how they keep a lot of the old Dragon Quest sounds, like opening doors, chests, enemies. There's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of new enemies and crap in this game. It's really awesome. I'm going to spoil something real quick for you guys that you kind of get at the beginning of the game, but like for the first time in a Dragon Quest game, you get a horse to traverse like the terrain. It's freaking awesome. Like I felt like I had my own personal Epona, kind of running me around this map, and I really enjoyed it. It was really cool. I like that. It's really showing how like they're kind of trying to push the game forward. Not only that, they have like a new jump system. You can jump on top of roofs, get to like secret places. Also, you can see these enemies in like the world that you're in. So while you're exploring, there's no random turn-based or no random encounters really. You can see the enemies, you walk up to them and you attack them, kind of like Final Fantasy 13, what they did. You see the enemies out in the world and you can go and attack them, then it activates the turn-based combat system. I like that. I feel like a lot of JRPGs should probably do that if they're gonna have random encounters. Like maybe think of that system. Also, you could hit the enemy, kind of get some bonus damage to it, right before the battle starts. And last but not least, guys, I want to talk about this world that Dragon Quest XI has. The world for Dragon Quest XI, I gotta say, is probably one of the best worlds I'm exploring right now. It's one of those worlds where I have fun exploring just the caves. That's what builds the experience. A lot of you guys had an experience like that, similar like with the Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, where you were kind of just thrown in this world. You were sent out to explore, sent out to create your own adventure. That's what Dragon Quest XI is. Dragon Quest XI is the game where it throws you in this awesome world, and you're set out on this, this really, huge journey, but with all these characters. And I gotta say that my real experience with the game is doing the side quests and finding all these like different treasures, finding different areas. And it's cool not to look up stuff. I'm cool just getting lost in a world and just exploring, and that's what the game really is all about. In short, guys, I don't want to really spoil anything else for you guys. I'm really late with this. I gotta do Spider-Man, I gotta do Shenmue, I gotta do Yakuza. Like, there's a lot of stuff I have on my plate, but Dragon Quest XI definitely is taking up most of my time. And I gotta say, guys, if you guys are a Dragon Quest fan and have been longing for a Dragon Quest game like Dragon Quest VIII, let me just tell you that Dragon Quest XI does a lot more than Dragon Quest VIII, and it really helps evolve the series and pushes it into the direction that I really want to see the series go. So hopefully when we get the new Dragon Quest game, oh my goodness, it'll be just as good. But let me just say that by far Dragon Quest XI is the best Dragon Quest game out there. So there you go, guys. That's my opinion on Dragon Quest XI. So, did you guys pick up Dragon Quest XI? What'd you guys think about it? Let me know in the comment section below and all that good stuff. I don't know what to say. I'm sick right now, guys. But anyways, remember to like, comment, subscribe, follow me on Twitch, Twitter, and Facebook. And you know what? I will be streaming some Tekken 7 with the new updates soon, guys. So stay tuned for that on Twitter. And as always, guys, when you guys are gaming, power up.